my knitting buddies. I started making these videos for my little granddaughter who lives in Canada. I live in Georgia, she lives in Canada, and she wanted me to teach her how to knit. I taught her how to knit when I was there on a visit, but then I had to come home and I wasn't there anymore to help her out. So I created a series of videos for her because she wanted to knit a hat. My husband thought the videos were pretty good and he encouraged me to put them on Facebook. And lo and behold, I had several followers. So I decided that what I need to do is show a cast on video so that all of you can knit along and make the hat too, if you would like to do that. I'm going to teach you how to do a simple cable cast on. There are lots of cast ons in knitting, but cable cast on is the easiest, plus it makes the strongest edge. So what you will need is a pair of needles and a skein of yarn. Yarn usually comes with the yarn coming out from the center. When I teach my knitting classes, I usually will cast on first for the students and then teach them the knitting stitch. Once they know the knitting stitch, it's so much easier to cast on. But I'm going to show you how to do the cable cast on. First of all, you make a loop. Wrap it around the fingers, there's your X. Then you pull it through and tighten it up a little bit so you can put it on your needle. So here it is again. Make an X. Then bring this around to go through the middle and pull it through. So for cable cast on, you put your needle through the loop. Take your needle, go through. Make sure you have the long end, not the short end. Wrap it around the needle. Pull it through. And then put it on the needle. You go through the front. Wrap it around. Pull it through. Put it on the needle. I'm going to move my yarn so you can see better. Go through the front. Wrap it around. Pull it through. Put it on the needle. Go through the front. Wrap it around the needle. Pull it through. Put it on. Go through the front stitch. Wrap it around the needle. Pull it through. Put it on. Go through the front. Wrap it around. Pull it through. Put it on. Go through the front. Needles are crossed. Wrap it around. Pull it through. Put it on the needle. So I've cast on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stitches. So that's the cable cast on. Now to knit, the procedure's the same, except instead of putting it on the needle, you're going to take it off. So you wrap it around, pull it through, slip it off. Wrap it around. We'll go through the front, wrap it around, pull it through, slip it off. Go through the front, wrap it around, pull it through, slip it off. Go through the front, wrap it around, pull it through, slip it off. Go through the front, wrap it around, pull it through, slip it off. Go through the front, wrap it around, pull it through, slip it off. Go through the front, wrap it around, pull it through, slip it off. Go through the front, wrap it around, pull it through, slip it off. And there's your first row. So the cable cast on is just like knitting, except instead of slipping the stitch off, you're putting it on because you need to set up your row. Knitting is just a series of knots. I'm just making a little knot with these needles, going in, wrapping it around, pulling it through, and slip it off. So it's just a series of knots when you knit. So that's the knitting stitch, the cable cast on and the knitting stitch. I hope that's been helpful to you, learning how to do the cable cast on and then seeing how the knitting stitch relates to the cable cast on, and realizing that knitting is just a series of knots, and you can make pretty knots and you can make tight knots and loose knots. They're basically two stitches in knitting and purling, and what I just did was the knitting stitch. So have fun knitting, my knitting buddies. Happy knitting.